Welcome to day 180 of TFIF 365. And this is a pretty sensitive topic. I'm just trying to figure out, should I do a content warning with this or just go into it? But when I say I am modeling supremacy-free, coercion-free, discrimination-free, and exploitation-free perspective in my life, if again puts me in a position where when I have uncomfortable ahas, when I realize that I've been fucking up and others have been fucking up, I feel with this work that I don't have an obligation to anybody but myself, but to be authentic and to live in truth. And so that is the caveat of why I'm having this conversation. I don't even know what I'm going to label this one. And one of the things I want to say before I begin is, if my words in any way offend, if I get this wrong, if my language is incorrect, if I use the wrong words, I ask those people in this community, and we'll be speaking about people with disabilities, to comment and correct me. These are the only people that I give a shit about their opinions on that, is the people who are in this community who I'm trying to address and correct a wrong, because I'm learning. And it's so weird because I was a certified special needs teacher for many years, from K through 12, certified special needs. My students were mildly disabled, intellectually disabled students. So they were MID students, which meant they were not on an academic track. They were on a functional track. It was my job was to prepare them for when they became adults, because at 18, their parents legally couldn't do anything for them, particularly in the school system, with the legal system, with services. They had to have everything ready. So that was what I did in the job. So I'm saying all that to give you some caveats, some background of why this has been such a profound shift for me, and why I am apologizing for harm that I know I've caused. And I'm going to try to seek ways to make amends. So I was watching one of my programs. I was catching up on some episodes. It was a soap opera. And I was catching up on some episodes. And there's this situation where this individual who was put in harm's way by somebody else. Somebody had radiation, was getting radiation treatment. They, soap operas, something dramatic happened. They left the hospital to go save this person. And in doing so, they expose the people to radiation. And it turns out that one of the people they exposed to radiation is her daughter. And her daughter, they found out, was pregnant through all of this. And so they're having this conversation. The mom's upset. Jackie Harry, I love that character. It's Days of Our Lives, if you don't know. It's just something. It's a distraction. But so her husband were discussing what to do. They were upset. They found out, the joy of being pregnant. And then the next boom, the fall, was the radiation could cause something to be wrong with the fetus. And as they were discussing this, it seemed like a rather benign conversation. But in the light of what's happening in the U.S. regarding abortion access, regarding birth control, regarding IVF, it just hit me differently. And again, particularly since I'm focusing on supremacy-free, coercion-free, discrimination-free, and exploitation-free, I really wanted to, my brain just went to a different place that and that's what's weird. It's like, what happens is you start seeing things in different perspectives, through different lenses. And this is also why I don't believe in empathy, because there's no way, when I finally get to the story, there's no way I could ever put myself in these individuals' shoes. And so when we require people to expect people to learn empathy before they stop harming people, that is problematic. I need you to fucking stop harming people. And if I can some kind of way find some in my lived experience to connect to that, that's something else. But that is not, you need to stop harming people. So I'm watching this, and they're talking about her choices. And they're doing it in a very politically correct way. They're talking about, her body, her choice. So they're talking about the abortion side with very, very nuanced, very, very nuanced, very 2024, very, understanding the challenges that women are facing, particularly in the U.S. with abortions and their choices. But what I never hit me before was it came up for the first time as a form of eugenics. And I just started like, oh shit. Now I get a glimpse in what people with disabilities, particularly those who were born with disabilities, talk about when everything about our society is about eugenics, about destroying them. First of all, we don't see people with disabilities, because if we go through the criteria, supremacy free. We don't see them as our equals. We see them as, we pity them, we look down on them, we remove their agency, we think we know best. And then if you look at coercion, the things that people with disabilities, the hoops they have to jump through to get their services, to get support, to get whatever, to get hired at jobs, discrimination, just people with disabilities are the least employed of all demographics. And that's various, that's visible and cognitive, that's blindness, ability bound, limbs, that's all of that. And then when you look at exploitation, oh my God, they're often exploited. And it just hit me that if your whole existence is about people saying, oh, I wish you were normal, or patting you on the back because you're not normal, or whatever that is, and there's a choice that parents have to make when they understand that their child, their unborn child, that fetus may have a disability, and you have to have a conversation about terminating that pregnancy. How much of that is about the life quality of the child and the mother, and how much of that equation is about that child won't be normal? And that just sat with me, and I don't know what to do with that right now. And yet, as somebody who was trained in special needs, it never dawned on me. And so again, this is why the whole empathy shit is ridiculous. Until I decided to live this way from this perspective, I still may not, because I've heard people, I've followed disabled activists. So I've seen them talk about, I've read their words, I've seen their videos and them talking about this. And it just hit me in that moment. Oh my God. Abortion as a choice for potential fetus that may have a disability is a form of eugenics. And and as somebody who never wanted to have kids, again, that's why I can't have empathy. I don't know what that is to really want kids and want them to be, because that's what people say all the time. I just want to be healthy. I want to be perfect. That right there is that narrative that justifies the termination of a pregnancy of a fetus that folks won't consider normal or healthy. So that's what I'm thinking about today. And I didn't want to do an avatar. I wanted to come on so you can see me, because this is such a sensitive and important, sensitive topic, but yet an important topic and an important perspective that I want to dig more into. So again, if you are in the community of disabled or differently abled, or whatever term you feel comfortable with, if I'm getting something wrong here, if there are resources you want to point me to, please do so in the comments. Because again, the future is free 365. I tell you, it has been such a cathartic thing for me, and I'm so happy that I've gained just even the beginnings of this conversation, the beginnings of this this narrative, because yeah, that's all I have to say about it. I'm just really just gonna sit with that today. So until tomorrow, peace.